January 3rd, and we are reading 8 through 10 of Genesis.
That's right. All right, y'all ready?
Yes.
Yes? What are we going to be reading about?
We're reading about Noah leaves the ark. You have to go another page.
The rainbow.
Yes.
And then what are we going to do?
So we're reading about Noah.
All right. Noah leaves the ark. God's heart was moved with compassion as he remembered Noah and all the animals, large and small, that were with him in the ark. And God caused a wind to sweep across the earth again, and the waters subsided. He closed the subterranean fountains and the floodgates of heaven and held back the rain. After 150 days, the floodwaters gradually receded from the earth, and the waters began to subside. And on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the highest peak in Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month, all the mountaintops appeared. After 40 more days, Noah opened the window he had made in the ark and released a raven. It flew back and forth from the ark until the earth was dry. Then he sent out a dove to see if the waters had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove found no place to rest. So it returned to Noah in the ark, because the waters still covered the face of the earth. Noah put out his hand and grasped the dove and put it back into the ark. He waited another 7 days and released the dove from the ark again. Before evening, the dove came back to him, and there in his beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah realized that the waters had finally subsided from the earth. Then he waited another 7 days and sent the dove out again. But this time it did not return to him in the ark. In Noah's 601st year, on the first day of the first month, the waters were dried up from the earth. Noah lifted the hatch, looked out, and saw the dry ground. On the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife, your sons and their wives. Release all the animals with you and set them free. Birds, animals, large and small, every living thing. And they will multiply and abound and flourish on the earth and in the sky." So Noah and his family left the ark, and every large animal and small, every bird and crawling thing came out of the ark by families. God's promise to Noah. Noah erected an altar dedicated to Yahweh. Then he selected ritually clean animals and birds of every species and offered them as burnt sacrifices on the altar. And when Yahweh smelt the sweet fragrance of Noah's offerings, his heart was stirred. And he said, "Never again will I curse the earth because of people, even though the imaginations of their hearts are evil from their childhood. Nor will I ever again destroy every living creature as I have done. I promise this. As long as earth exists, there will always be seasons of planting and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night." God's covenant with Noah. God lovingly blessed Noah and all his family and said to them, "Reproduce, be fruitful, and populate the earth. I will cause every living creature of earth, sky, and sea to fear and dread you from this time forward. They are now under your authority. You may now eat the meat of animals as well as green plants. I now give you everything for food for you. However, you must not eat meat with its lifeblood still in it, for its life is in the blood. If anyone takes another person's life, I will demand an account, whether from man or beast. I will demand an account for taking a human life. Whoever sheds human blood by other humans, he must have his own blood shed. For to kill a person is to kill one made in God's own beautiful image. Now, all of you, with my blessing, reproduce. Be fruitful and repopulate the earth. Then God said to Noah and his family, I establish my loving covenant with you, your descendants, and every living creature that is with you, animals large and small, birds, and every living thing that came out of the ark. I will maintain my loving covenant with you. I will never again completely destroy life on earth by means of a flood. Yes, never again will a flood destroy the whole earth. The rainbow. Here is a sign for you and future generations that my loving covenant will endure between me and you and every animal that came with you out of the ark. I have placed my rainbow among the clouds, and it will be a sign of my loving covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant with you and with every living thing upon the earth. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy life from the earth. When the rainbow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant I made with you and every living thing of every kind upon the earth. So God said to Noah, the rainbow is my signature in the sky, my seal of love to confirm that I have kept my covenant between me and every living thing on earth. Noah's sons. Noah's sons came out of the ark with him, Shem, Ham, the father of Canaan, and Japheth. From these 3 sons of Noah, the entire world was repopulated. Noah, a farmer, was the first to plant a vineyard. He drank so much of the wine he made that he got drunk and passed out naked inside his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, went into the tent and gazed on his shamefully exposed father. Then he went out and informed his brothers. So Shem and Japheth took their father's cloak and walked backwards with the cloak on their shoulders into the tent to cover up their naked father. Respectfully, they turned their faces away so as not to see their father lying there exposed. When Noah sobered up and realized that what his youngest son had done to him, he uttered these words, Cursed be your son, Canaan, and let him be the lowest of servants to his brothers. He also said, Worthy of praise is Yahweh, the God of Shem. Let Canaan be Shem's slave. May God enlarge Japheth's family and increase his territory. May he share in the blessing of Shem, and his descendants make their homes. Among the tents of Shem. And may Canaan be his slave also. After the flood, Noah lived another 350 years. Noah's entire lifetime was 950 years, and then he died.
This is the story of the descendants of Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. After the great flood, they fathered many children. Descendants of Japheth. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Mediah, Javan, Tubal, Meshesh, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmeth. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Cyprus, and Rhodes. All of Japheth's descendants lived in their respective tribes and regions. Each each group speaking its own language. From there, the people spread to distant shores and faraway lands. Descendants of Ham. The sons of Ham were Ethiopia, Egypt, Libya, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Japhtha, Ramah, and Septeka. The sons of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Cush also had a son named Nimrod, who became known as the first mighty conqueror. He was a mighty despot before Yahweh. There was a saying, like Nimrod, a mighty descendant before Yahweh. The centers of his kingdom, Babel, Erech, and Akkad, were in the land of Shinar. From there he went into Assyria and built the cities of Nineveh, Rehoboth, Caleth, and Resen, which is between the great city of Calah and Nineveh. Egypt was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, Neptuhites, Pathrusites, Cashluhites, and Caphtorites, the ancestors of the Philistines. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, the Hittites, Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, and the Archites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Families of the Canaanites eventually scattered across the Canaanite territory, extending from Sidon toward Gerar to Gaza, including Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These were the descendants of Ham by families, lands, languages, and nations. Descendants of Shem. Shem, the older brother of Japheth, also had sons and was the ancestor of all the sons of Eber, who were also known as Hebrews. The sons of Shem were Elam, Assyria, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, the father of Eber. Eber was the father of two sons, Peleg, or division, for during his lifetime the earth was divided, and his brother Joktan, the father of Almadad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jeroth, Hadaram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All of the descendants of Joktan lived in the territory that extends all the way from Mesha toward the eastern hills of Sephar. These were the families of Shem according to their genealogies, by their families, lands, languages, and nations. After the flood, Noah's descendants formed nations, and the people spread throughout the earth.
Genesis 8, 9, and 10.
Bye, have a great day.